Hello students, welcome back to the English Danny channel. Have you ever wondered what the difference is between something and anything? Today we're going to explain the differences in a way that will help you understand not just those words, but several other word families. Well, what does that mean? I'll explain it in just a minute. Okay, welcome back. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the English Danny channel. We're producing new videos just like this one every week that can help you learn English. Okay, today's topic is understanding the difference between some and any. I have to begin this lesson by explaining or reminding you, if you're already an advanced student, about what a prefix is. Okay, many English words have prefixes, which can help you understand the meaning of a word even if you've never seen it before. So even that word itself, prefix, has an example in it. The first three letters of the word prefix, P-R-E, have a meaning, and that meaning is earlier, before, or in front of. So a prefix is a meaningful series of letters that can appear at the beginning of an English word, that is, in front of the rest of the word. Some examples of prefixes in English include in, tri, and under. In is a prefix that means not. So if something is incorrect, it is not correct. If you have an inability to do something, you are not able to do it. And if something is incomplete, it is not complete. Tri, or tri, is a prefix that means three of something. So a triangle is an object with three angles. A tripod is a stand with three legs. And a tricolor flag, you guessed it, it's a flag with three colors. Now, the prefix under, that means below. So a submarine is an underwater vehicle, which means it goes under the water level. And if you undercook your food, that means you cook it below or less than the correct amount of time. And if you underline a word, you put a line under the word. Okay, we'll have another video later explaining more about prefixes if you want to learn more. But let's see now how understanding prefixes can help us understand something and anything. So first, there's a group of 4 prefix words that have related meanings. That group includes the words some, any, no, and every. No is an easy one. It's a prefix that means not or zero, none of something. Every is also easy. It means all. Now let's look at some. Some is a word that means an unspecified number or quantity, or an unspecified identity. So let's look at these examples. There are some people in the room. I don't know how many. I need some money. I need money, but I didn't say how much. The box has some toys in it. I don't know how many toys, or I don't know which toys are in the box. You need some skill to accomplish this. I don't say what specific skill you need or how much, just that you need some skill. Next, let's look at any. Any is a word which means to a degree or to an extent. It can mean one, it can mean some, it can mean every, it can mean all, but it depends on the context. But it's never very specific. Notice, I said that in some contexts, any can mean some. So there is some overlap in meaning between those two words. There will be some times where you can use either word and it won't change the meaning very much. So let's think about some examples. We wouldn't say there are any people in the room. We would have to use some for that one, meaning an unspecified number. But we could ask, are there any people in the room? In this case, we're asking about an unspecified amount. We could also say, we need any people who can come. This is a case of any meaning every or all without being specific. Of the people who can come, any of them are people we need. But we wouldn't say, I need any money. Again, we would use some. I need some money, an unspecified amount. But we could say, I need any money you have, which would mean of the money you have, I need some of it, or maybe even all of it. I'm not being specific. We wouldn't say, the box has any toys in it. Again, we would need to use some, an unspecified number or an unspecified identity of toys. But we could ask the question, does the box have any toys in it? So, one way to help think about the difference between some and any is to consider that some is about degree or identity, but the existence is kind of assumed. With any, the existence is not assumed. That's why any is more common with questions or also negative statements. For example, it's much more common to ask, does the box have any toys? The box doesn't have any toys. There isn't anybody here. I don't have any money. Just like that. Now, let's apply those prefixes to the common general word in English, thing. We use this word to talk about an unspecified object. So when we add it in, we have these words, something, anything, nothing, everything. Nothing means no thing. Everything means all the things. So let's go back to our starting topic. What's the difference between do you need something and do you need anything? With do you need something, the idea can be that the person probably does need something, but you don't know what. An unspecified identity, right? Or unspecified amount. That's the meaning of some. With do you need anything, the idea is probably that the person could need something, or they could mean nothing at all. Anything is more open to the idea that someone might need nothing. That's the idea of any. So the questions like, do you want something to eat? Do you want anything to eat? With something, you're thinking maybe the person does want something to eat, but you don't know what. With anything, maybe they're not hungry at all. That's why if you're flying on an airplane or eating in a restaurant, it's usually more polite for a server to ask you, do you need anything? Do you want anything more to eat? When you're learning the feeling of a language, it can be very helpful to consider different examples. So let's take a look at some example sentences and try to think about whether you would use the word something or anything. Okay, first example. I don't have blank to drink. Anything would be the most normal here. I don't have anything to drink, meaning I don't have a thing to drink. In English, we don't usually use a negative expression with nothing, so it would not be technically correct to say, I don't have nothing to drink. Next example. I need blank to eat. Something would be the most normal here. The idea is you need food, but the question is, what specific food? I need something to eat. Some is a word about unspecified identity. Next example. Blank in here smells awful. What is it? Something is the most normal here. Something in here smells awful. What is it? You know that there's a bad smell. The question is, what is causing it? Again, some is a word about an unspecified identity. Next example. My team can't do blank to win. The game is almost over. Anything is the most normal here. My team can't do anything to win. Any is a word that specifies a degree or quantity, and in this case, you're saying they cannot do a thing. The words can't do nothing, again, would not be grammatically correct. Notice, though, that if we made this sentence positive, we would actually use the word nothing instead of anything. My team can do nothing to win versus my team can't do anything to win. Both sentences have the same meaning in English, but I think the second example is probably a little more common. Here's another example. Everyone must do blank to help out. We would use the word something here. Everyone must do something to help out. There is a thing which should be done. The question is, what is it? Something. Here's one more example. What do you want to eat? Blank is fine. Anything is most normal here. And this is actually a common use of the word anything. We use it to mean that we don't mind or we don't have a preference. A thing of any kind is okay with us. So, what do you want to eat? Anything is fine. You could use any words to indicate that you don't have a particular preference. So, here are some other example sentences. What movie do you want to see? Any movie is fine. Where do you want to go? Anywhere. Generally speaking, something is more common in positive statements, and anything is more common in questions and negative statements. Here's some good news. There are several word families that use those same prefixes, some, any, every, and no. So once you understand how to use them for these words, you understand how to use them for other words too. We looked at something, anything, everything, nothing. Now let's look at some bonus examples. Okay, so here's the bonus examples. Just take those same prefixes, some, any, no, every, and attach them to different words. Here's an example using where to mean a place. Somewhere. I want to go somewhere special for my birthday. Anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere today. Everywhere. Everywhere I go, people are talking in English. Nowhere. We have nowhere to go today. We can also attach the prefixes to the word one to mean a person, an unspecified person. Someone. Can someone help me? Anyone. I don't know anyone who speaks English well. Everyone. Everyone is here. Class can begin. No one. No one is here. We have to wait to begin class. We can even attach the prefixes to the word time to mean an unspecified time. Sometime or sometimes. Sometimes I feel very sleepy at work. Anytime. You can speak English anytime. Every time. Oh, wait. We don't have that word. We actually have the word always, and it means every time. No time. Again, that word doesn't exist either, but we do have the word never to mean no time. Let's look at a few more example sentences. Do you have somewhere to go? No, I don't have anywhere to go. Have you met everyone here? I haven't met anyone yet. Let's meet sometime. That's fine. I can meet anytime. Do you have something to say? I have nothing to say. I don't have anything to say. Yes, I have something to say. In fact, I have everything to say. Okay, that's the end of today's lesson. Don't forget that if you want more practice, you can check out a free worksheet in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share this video if you found it helpful. Add any comments or suggestions that you have in the space below. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.